still glitter all over my glasses.
I'm keeping that. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Mighty MM cast, or...
Wait, what were we doing?
And I need somebody to withhold their cast until the very end of the episode in honor of our missing member. Mark will not be joining us tonight, so we're hoping that he'll be able to come back next week, and we'll be excited to see him then. And tonight we're going to be doing 2 hours of Rime of the Frostmaiden, followed by a little bit of a break, and then 2 hours of a homebrew, possibly a one-off, that is of Rio's creation, since we have kind of a pivotal moment for Mark's character in the World of Darkness campaign tonight. So we're going to be postponing that till next Monday.
Don't tell him that. He's not allowed to watch this recording.
With that, would our lovely and talented Helena mind doing our recap? You're here for me. I think you're up there on stream.
Oh, okay. Yes, so we've just taken down Zardarok. His body leaks various fluids on the floor after Altus has gutted him with his fancy rapier. So we're like, huh, what? We look around. We find this other door kind of leading off to another creepy room, and boom, there's another Druigar in there. And he seems to know Malai. He's like, in Dwarven, and Mala is like, I know exactly what he's saying, back. And we're like, okay. And then that Druigar turns into a horned devil, which I can't remember if it attacked us, but even if it didn't, we went for it. So
Malai did say kill him.
Oh, good. I'm glad I didn't remember that. So we were like, well, Malai knows, right? Let's do it. So we took him out. And so then we're sneaking around. We're kind of trying to get through some various areas of this fortress because it just keeps hurting us. Even though we've taken care of the infestation, it is still angry. So Tempest gets electrocuted, and then so then we find the treasure room though, and that's really what matters most. So we hacked into like 10 different chests, all with a special combination that we had found. So we get credit for finding it, but we didn't have it on us. That's a minor setback. So we get a bunch.
Two of them were empty.
Yes, exactly. We didn't even need to look at them to know they were empty.
Empty and sizzling.
Yeah, there was just grills with meat inside those ones.
Oh, yeah. Totes.
So we get some gold and we get some creepy art / maybe magical items that we're going to have to sell later. Thanks for that chore. And then, so we get that stuff. We go up to the top just to kind of see if there's anything else. We don't really we find what looks like to be like a workshop that has the designs for that dragony thing that we'd already taken care of. And it all looks kind of suspicious on Malai, but we don't care. We keep on trucking. So we scurry back to Bryn Shander. Goes without incident. That's nice. Things are doing okay in Bryn Shander. Everybody's kind of working on repairs and stuff. And Tempest is like, we must honor our fallen now. And so she started building a pyre. Sad.
And I will say one thing that got left out of the last session, not in the recap, but just got left out of the session. Your Goliath friend that you had found inside the dungeon bid you all farewell and let you know that you're welcome to visit the Goliaths at any time. Super grateful for your help in his escape. And your friend from Dugan's Hole just vanished. So, no further notes on him. With that, I think that takes us up to the present time where we find all of you waking the next morning, having had the pyre built, but deciding not to handle it until the following day. Did all of you end up sleeping in the Witch's Teat?
Because our place burned down, right?
Your place was still there. Finnick's place was destroyed.
Okay.
Yeah. But we also, Tranquil rented out our place to refugees before we left, so I don't know if our place is empty.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember us like setting up cots and blankets and just kind of putting out stuff for guests because, 10 towns are in shambles.
Then yes, I guess we slept at the teat.
Yeah, I think Alcis would have slept at the teat, not wanting to go home and be possibly close to being alone.
So, returning to the Witch's Teat last night, it is still crowded. It's not quite as wall to wall as it was the last time you saw it, as people from the other 10 towns that had all come to Bryn Shander for refuge are beginning slowly to trickle back to their homes to see what's left in the destruction and what they can still salvage or who was left behind. So at this point, there's still 30 or so people that have taken up space on the floors and in the tavern's rooms, but it's no longer quite the pile that it was before you all left. And we will pick it up upon the following morning.
So I get up and take care of the animals. And
I, upon waking, just get up and I help around the Witch's Teat, trying to stay busy and stay out of my own head.
As you begin trying to help with some of the chores and getting the tavern kind of open and operational for the day, Tormund grunts at you every now and then without a direct acknowledgement, but it's clear that the grunts are grateful in his own way.
It's Tormund for thank you.
As he slams a warm cauldron of porridge into your hands to go place over the hearth to keep it warm for those that are now taking residence in his tavern.
I come in and find Z at some point, if he's awake.
I'm just chilling. Yep.
If you want to search Finnick and Quill, now is the time. I don't think I can do it.
I mean, are you okay with me doing that? It's not, I don't want you to think this is me like stealing from them. It's more, what do they have that could be useful to us to keep on surviving?
I understand. I know they wouldn't want their things to go to waste.
Word. I guess I'll get with Mark and Brio about what they had.
Okay. I kind of tail behind Altus, looking like I want to say something, but then when he looks at me, I pretend like I'm doing something else. And then like the third time he looks at me, I go, can you help me with something?
Of course, Tempest. What do you need?
I want to say something about my brother, but I'm not good with words. I was hoping you could help me write something because, you were like banished for being a writer.
I would be honored to help you.
All I have is this sentence about how big his head was. That's not what people should say, right?
Did
he have a big head? It seems perfectly normal size to me. Oh, I'm sorry. You're having a moment.
It was big.
I mean, you read a lot. You can help too. Although you didn't know him, so.
I mean, there are several standards that you could base a eulogy upon.
No.
Speaking.
Don't. Tempest, the eulogy is for you. It is for you to say goodbye to your brother. If you want, you could mention how his head may have been too big to fit in the witch's teat, but his heart was always full. Whatever speaks to you.
Okay. What about what an asshole he was? I mean, he seemed to do that to be funny. Is it funny to bring that up?
I think it can be. I mean, you and I probably know more than everybody else how he could be when he wanted to. Often wanted to. But again, it's for you. You can tell everybody anything you want. You knew him better than anyone. I might say a few words about how I'm surprised to see this amount of people at the pyre for him, but we'll figure it out.
Will you say something about Finnick?
I would love to.
He was also an asshole, but in like a different way.
We had kind of a collection of assholes. Maybe I should phrase that differently. We had kind of a gathering of mean.
I think that they even kind of rubbed off on you because you used to be a lot nicer.
Am I mean to you now, Tempest?
Well, never to me, but maybe you're just doing it as like a bonding thing with the guys, right? Because that's something men do.
It has been in the past, and I'm trying to take a new approach.
What's that?
Well, I've thought about it, and Tranquil always kept someone away until he was absolutely sure they deserved to be in close. And I kind of like that approach, and I kind of almost miss it. Does that make me mean now?
Cynical, maybe. Wise? I think you could say it's a couple of different things.
One might say I have a wisdom modifier.
What did you say? No. Okay. So I write some things down. I just work on that, I guess, for a little bit.
About 20 or so minutes into this, as the rest of the tavern is beginning to wake up and stir, the family's coming together for warmth, the porridge being doled out to each of the new citizens of Bryn Shander. Helene comes into the tavern, the darkness of the morning behind her. She closes the door as quietly as she can. Now there's no rush, but whenever you're all ready, I think that the town will be as well.
Thank you.
Mala is hiding behind the bar because a dwarf just walked in.
Did I notice him do that? Perception?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
12.
Were you stealthing?
I'm out of my armor, so it doesn't. Yeah, I can if you would like me to. I'm trying to actively hide from
The Jurgar, right?
I would say you didn't notice it happen as he kind of slinked off. There's just too much else going on in the tavern. Is there any help you'd all need in the preparations? I heard you'd brought some folks back from that hellish place with you.
Yeah, they seem to be okay.
This is perhaps a conversation for another time, but I did manage to get rid of the rest of the armor. The Dwarven tribes in the valley were wanting for armor now that they are ready to go to war. Not exactly sure how they'll find their targets, but they're certainly ready to escalate. So I'll have that funding ready whenever you all are in need of it.
No hurry. I think we're eager to, well, I can't speak for everyone, but I know I'm eager to get another job and just keep moving.
Of course.
So thank you for doing that.
Well, let me know go ahead.
No, I was just going to say I was going to head out, but if you got more, tell me.
Oh, no, please. I'll go with you if you're all ready. Z, you are able to remove all of the items from the two of them. It's not the most dignified to send them into the fire with their packs, so feel free to. We'll pass over their sheets for y'all, and you can kind of divvy that up as necessary.
For the record, I texted you Tranquil's inventory.
Yeah.
Thank you. Awesome.
Thank you.
As Hlyn guides you out of the Witch's Teat and down the main path of Bryn Shander, coming to the city center where the other pyres were lit, your pyre stands. Go ahead.
Coulter, just real quick. After Tempest seems to leave with the Druagar, I'm going to try and get Altus's attention. Altus!
Yes, Malai? What can I do for you?
Tempest just left with the Druagar. What is going on?
Oh, no, that's Helen. She's not a Druagar. Oh, God, no, she's not a Druagar.
I hate to break it to you, but I spent a long time with Druagar, and she looked, I mean, maybe she doesn't get a lot of sun, but otherwise.
None of us get a lot of sun.
You know what I mean? She was definitely of a different ethnic group, but she was a Druagar.
Malai, I like you, but if I hear another word about a different ethnic group, we're going to have a problem. Helen is trusted. She has given much back to this community. To us, she's a friend. Okay? And I kind of awkwardly reach out for a high five and then
I put my hand on your forehead.
Okay. Are we good?
I assume so.
Okay. We have a friend to honor. 2 friends to honor.
I will collect.
I was only prepared for one.
I will get my things. And Malai goes over. He's been working on Atlas all morning, and now he kind of slips on a backpack that is much more condensed, with just plates here and there around his body and his face visible, and then one sleek black artificial hand.
That's convenient.
Yes, Atlas has 2 functions. One in more of a we'll say heavy platform, and then one that's more prone to everyday use and infiltration.
Well, how neat.
Yes, I figured we would not be in combat today, so this was more not a 6'4" steam bar thing. I wanted to be respectful.
I like that choice. Thank you.
Oh, very well. I will follow you. And he turns to Tormund. Goodbye, small man.
Tormund doesn't even look up from what he's doing as he keeps stirring to and continues serving the breakfast of the tavern. As the dog sleds carrying the bodies of Finnick and Tranquil are brought up that center path, Hlyn walking in front of them, the dogs keeping a slow and steady pace, coming onto the town square. This is now the only pyre that is left, as the rest of them were burned the night before. A around the square, you see as you're entering in, the twin brothers, the keepers of the potion shop and the spell shop, Duvessa Shane, the town speaker, Sheriff Markham. You see 3 of the psychically sensitive that you saved, 1 conspicuously missing from their number, and several of the refugees come from the other towns, gathered around. As you all stop, Flynn turns and says, "We thought with all you've done for us, it was only fitting that as many of us were left be here." And with that, Duvessa and the sheriff take the bodies off of the dog sleds one by one and bring them to the pyres. Flynn lights the torch and hands it over to Tempest.
My brother and I were orphans. We only had each other. I never knew how to talk to people. I was always so angry. But Quill knew how. He saved me all the time with his words, and I couldn't save him in the end. But he was a hero. He died a hero. And he had a big head and an even bigger asshole. I mean, he was my brother. Goodbye, tranquil tides. I look at the rest of you if you want to say anything, or
I kind of step forward and I straighten out, and I kind of, according to most people, public speaking is the biggest fear. So that makes death number 2. But in this instance, I'm not so sure which one I'd prefer. And I kind of wait for a chuckle out of everybody. Really, we all know that Finnick and Tranquil were quite choosy with their friends, and frankly, I'm surprised to see so many of you here. It is rather heartwarming, though. They were like onions. They were kind of bitter and mean and almost odd to look at on the outside. And you slowly peeled them away to find just the best insides. I would equate Finnick to a purple onion, where you have to almost cook him for a while before he turns sweet. Tranquil, well, an onion that is freshly ripe, or it's really gonna fight you back before it lets go. And then just the best once you get down inside. Tempest was right. He had a huge head, but his heart was bigger. You would never know that, though, and frankly, I'm surprised I came to learn that. The world is not the same without them, and it may never be again. But we shall remember them for who we knew them to be. We knew them to be, pointing at everyone in the party. And for that, I will be forever grateful. And then I turn and I just hug Tempest. A big, large hug.
Try not to burn you with the torch. You're right about the hugs.
Z was not wearing his armor when he walked out. So he will walk up to both of them at the pyre, and I'm assuming they're kind of close to each other. So he's going to put a hand on each of them at the same time and turn to look at Finnick and say something in deep speech, and turn to look at Quill. Say something in deep speech, and then goes to his changeling form while he's looking at Tranquil, and bows his head, and then turns back into the dwarf size of him, and then walks back to the party.
Altus reaches out to Z as if for a hug.
Z will hug him.
I pick you both up.
Z goes super stiff, oh God. Oh God. She's picking me up. Oh.
As you go to swoop them in, Hlyn quickly grabs the torch out of your hand before you can burn either of them.
Thank you.
Now the town speaker is going to say some words, right? Right, Coulter?
Duvessa steps forward and says, I believe all that has been said is all that can be said. We can offer no better words of thanks than the gratitude of those that knew these heroes best. And she steps back, and as she does, all of those around the circle take a knee in unison. As Hlyn does the same, holding up the torch.
I take it and I set the pyre afire.
The wood burns and a quiet sets over the square. Much of the town not yet awake, as people have worked late into the night trying to continue their repairs. After a moment, as Duvessa and the sheriff slowly stand, beginning to figure out what their tasks are for the day to ensure the future safety of 10 towns, two other figures make their way out of the small crowd. Keegan and Garrett, who you'd helped in Targos. Garrett still walking on a crutch from the injuries that he sustained, but whole. And Keegan with a cloth-wrapped item in his hands. And he takes a moment to hug Garrett before he steps forward. I'm so sorry this took so long. I didn't intend to give it to you in such circumstances, but I hope you'll still accept it. And he takes the cloth off as this deep black stone, the shape of an oval, is carved. There's a map of 10 towns covering the top half of it. And in the foreground at the base are likenesses of each of you. All 5 of you together as you were when you met them. Catching the light of the very beginning of twilight, you can see that the stone itself shines with purples and greens and blues hidden within the black. And he hands it over to Tempest.
I fall down on one knee as I try to take it. I kind of hand it over to Z, and I clutch his like shirt lapels, not Z, the Keegan. If you ever need anyone killed, do not hesitate to come to me. Thank you so much.
He looks shaken, but he takes the hands that you'd used to grab, and he wraps you in an embrace.
You are an amazing artist.
Well, I don't have a workshop anymore, but once I do, I'm happy to create anything else any of you would like. And he supports some of Garrett's weight as they return back to help. Him being a skilled laborer, he's been enlisted to assist with some of the building as Garrett continues to recover. And with that, the twilight dawns. It is now mid-morning in 10 Towns.
While I will approach Tempest and just be, my condolences, Tempest.
Thank you.
Well spoken as well. Altus was right. Following the tradition here would have been a disservice.
I hope it did him justice. What do you... Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
What do you intend to do now?
I will be honest with you. I've never seen so many people in one place before, and I find it very disconcerting. So if you are heading back out onto the tundra, you can count on me to follow along behind you.
Well, what are we now, guys?
I hate to break it to you, Tempest, and this might be oversharing on my part, but you are heroes to 10 Towns, whether you like it or not. And so, unfortunately, you are going to be expected to continue to do so.
Well, I would be honored to continue to work with you, Altus, and you, Z. I don't know how you feel.
Why would we split up?
I think if we did anything but continue, we would be doing a disservice to all of ourselves as well as the memories of Tranquil and Finnick. I think we have to keep trudging on and helping 10 Towns in any way we can, and especially now with what's left of 10 Towns.
Okay, well, I'm ready now. Are we ready for work now?
I'd like that. Z, what do you think?
Yeah.
Malai, we are whatever you said. You're pretty tough in that suit and you're pretty smart. Like, do you want to work with us?
As I said, I would much rather travel with you, who I owe a life debt to, than stay in a town filled with literally dozens of people.
But you're like scared of everything. We're going to run into scary stuff.
I hate to break it to you, but I am just as scared of staying here in Bryn Shander than anything we would face out there.
Well, all right. Should we pretend Hugo is here? Sorry, out of character? Or
Hugo took a break too.
Noticed that he's gone. He hasn't been with you this entire time.
Oh, well, where's Hugo? That guy seemed like he had some skills.
I'm sure if he has need of us, he'll find us again.
And that Pico guy, he just disappeared.
He can stay away. He was creepy.
I'm okay with him leaving and doing whatever he needs to in his hole, Dugan's hole.
Yes, the smell of urine is decreased by at least 30%.
Helene approaches all of you. wiping her eyes and kind of flinging it into the snow. Oh, well, fuck me, I could use an ale after that. I don't know about the rest of you.
Aye.
Oh, Lynn, look at this. I show her the sculpture.
She kind of, without taking it from your hands, she holds your hand underneath it and runs a hand across it as the details are just so intricate, and it's clear why it took him so long to bring this to you, with Calvin's cairn looming over the background and each of your faces so clearly defined. This must be dwarven craftsmanship.
Was Keegan a dwarf?
No, human.
Okay. No, it was a human man. He does this for a living, I guess. People do art.
Oh, the fuck it is. And she claps Malai on the back. These folks don't have the dexterity for it, but that was a good joke. And she turns and starts to head back towards the witch's teat in the warmth.
As she turns to walk away, well, I would point out, Lynn, that the clasps and several of the rings on your armor were very poorly done. If you would like me to fix it up for you, I could.
She doesn't even stop walking, just cackles as she continues forward.
Is that a good interaction?
Don't tell dwarves their stuff is messed up, I'm thinking.
Well, I was told earlier not to make any special dispensations for different groups of people, so that would be making a dispensation, which seems unfair. Which is it?
You're on the right track, Malai. We're getting there. That was good. That was good.
So did Z tell us about Velen needing help with that book? Do you remember?
Well, Velen told us that she needed help with the book.
Well, I think it was just Z that she told that to. Oh, okay. Let's go find Velen. She needed help with a book.
Also, out of character, don't forget, Hank, that I fixed your armor to where you can use it in your normal Z form now.
Oh, sweet. Okay, so I'm not dwarf anymore.
And I will be right back. Okay, so are you all going to find Velen then?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm doing. Yes.
Okay, so
Also, be prudent not to ask the town speaker if there's anything that the 10 towns as a whole needs from us. I know most of you are not skilled craftsmen, but there must be need of adventurers as well.
Sure. Where'd she go?
her and Sheriff Markham are just exiting the other side of the square, still in deep conversation. As you can see now that it is those few twilight hours that are available, there's people beginning to repair the broken houses that were left by the single line of radiant damage from the dragon.
Does she like any of us?
I don't think she dislikes any of us.
I approach her.
She's not crying, but you can see that her eyes are a bit red, as are the sheriff's, as you catch them both. That was absolutely lovely. I don't have any words, but
Thank you for giving us the time and space to honor them.
it was the least we could do.
So we really want to work. We want to be getting our minds off of this. So you got anything you need us to do?
She kind of looks at the sheriff as he is a little bit blank as well. I don't think I have anything besides repairing that we're working on right now. The remainder of the guards were able to find most of the Duragar that were lurking around. There's a chance there's more, but it's few and far between at this point, it appears. I will definitely keep you in mind if there is something that we're able to find in the future. I'm so sorry that I don't have anything to give you now.
I mean, all right. I mean, we might have to do illegal stuff now, but okay, thanks.
The sheriff sort of straightens at that, and she puts a hand on his shoulder. I'm sure that given a little time, we can find something more productive for all of you to do.
I believe she was being figurative, correct, Tempest?
He starts chuckling.
And she kind of nods at the sheriff, like, see, it's all fine.
Go find Velen.
Okay. So the last place you would have seen her would be the Witch's Teat, I think, which is where you all left her when you were heading out to Sunblight. Just the city itself is just full of the sounds of hammering and smoke beginning to return from the chimneys now. The Witch's Teat is fully alive now with all of the sleeping bags removed from the floors and tables and chairs brought back to the center, sort of becoming one of the town's many hubs of operations as people are coming in and out to get warm beverages and food between working on the buildings. And of course, you have unfortunately left a single proprietor for the establishment, so he continues to be extremely busy. Walking in the door, Helen is actually helping him this time instead of just relaxing, though she has her ale on the side of the dish trough as she's going through and helping him to get things ready for the noonday meal. Velen is not anywhere in sight.
Tempest, should we consider hiring some help around here for Tormund?
Do you own this establishment?
No, but I don't know.
I go up to Tormund and I say, I quit, right?
He looks up with like a very surprised look on his face and sets down what he was working on and like looks back to the kitchen. And as he's stuck in that state of shock, you hear over the din of the rest of the establishment, a woman's voice calling, Hugo! Hugo! Oh, shit. As this young human female is going kind of between the tables and looking at all of the people really clearly beyond the point of caring of being noticed.
So the woman going between the tables is calling out for Hugo?
Yes.
Okay.
I look around for Hugo. Is he here?
Yeah.
There is no Hugo as far as you can see. She's dressed in a wolf's pelt with antlers coming from the mouth of the wolf, clearly established as perhaps a druid or some similar profession. And she's looking more and more concerned as she continues to call out his name. Finally walking over to the hearth to collect herself as she's kind of like...
I'll approach her. Excuse me, I do not know where Hugo is currently, but we were in prison together for at least a month.
Well, do you know where he is this morning? Because if you don't, that doesn't help me very much.
Well, he was presumably in Bryn Shander this morning.
Do you know where in Bryn Shander?
Well, no, and seeing as you do not either, I don't understand why the curtness is necessary.
I spoke with him at length last night. He was... I'm sorry, who are you to him?
Like I said, we were very close friends in prison.
Malai, just... You guys are close friends. You're trusted friends.
Well, no, we were in prison together.
I'm afraid that he may be in danger at this point if he's gone without me.
Well, explain the danger, and perhaps I can be of assistance.
He was in search of a treasure or a cure, or he was very cagey about exactly what it was he was looking for, and I guess I made the mistake of telling him of what I knew in the wilds and where something like that might be found. And I was under the impression that he would set out with me in the morning to find what it was he was searching for, but I'm afraid he must have left sometime in the night, and that's not a safe trek to take on your own.
Oh, Tempest, we must go after him. Yes, this is a heroic thing to do. I can pay you when I make money eventually, if you will assist me. I do not wish Hugo to come to harm.
I ask no money. I blame myself for whatever it is he's done. I shouldn't have given him such clear instructions. It was a foolish mistake on my part.
Hugo helped us route the Durgar. We can help find him and protect him. Where do we start?
Do any of you know what he was trying to cure or trying to find?
To be honest with you, I was under the impression that Hugo had absolutely no problems in the world the way he carried himself.
He was like really into finding this guy. What was that guy's name?
Drist Do'Urden. He was a very big fan of Drist.
Drizzle?
No, Drist. It is a double Z with a T.
All right.
It's a drow name, actually.
I don't remember him mentioning that name, but
that seems impossible. He brought him up constantly.
Yeah, maybe they were in love or something.
To be fair, I believe he was quite drunk by the time we'd finished.
Oh, that's troubling. Give us all the details.
Well, let's go.
I am a trained cartographer, so I should be able to draw a map.
I can guide you there. It's not hard to find. It's a place of thrones. It's a place of legend, I guess you could say. It's where the Jarls of all of the giant tribes are now laid to rest, where their spirits gather. And I've never been there to see them all come, but from what I understand, if you arrive at the time they show themselves, they might grant you something great.
I do speak giant, if that is required.
Do we know anything about this? Like, could I do a roll to see if I recognize anything she's talking about?
Sure.
I am also trained in history, if you would like assistance, Hank.
Yeah, go ahead.
What's this woman's name?
I'm so sorry. That was rude of me. I'm just a little bit out of sorts. Yselm.
Hank, roll with advantage. I was aiding you with history.
18.
So you have heard stories told about this place. Just around 10 towns, just kind of as like a local lore. It's called Jarlmoot, and it is literally like thrones of giants.
Any like lore warning against it, or like warnings, or
not from the history. I mean, most of the people of 10 towns are superstitious enough that it's almost impossible to find someone that's actually visited the site. The lore is that the spirits of the fallen Jarls gather on a full moon at the site to pass judgment on future Jarls.
Okay.
Is tonight the full moon? Sorry.
Oh, yeah. That's a good question. When's the next full moon?
I tell them.
What does he tell us?
The next full moon is supposed to be in about a week's time.
Can I roll insight or anything? Does she have any? Is there a vibe of any ulterior motive or anything?
You can definitely roll insight.
Does she genuinely want to go explore this place? That's a 21.
There is something that it definitely appears that something is wrong with her story.
Okay. Will you be joining us on this trek to learn and discover and find Hugo?
Yes, I wouldn't want to make the same mistake twice. I never intended for him to set out alone. I don't want to put any of you in the same danger.
Okay. And what is the last detail you're not telling us?
I'm not sure what you mean.
Something doesn't add up. I can't quite put my rapier on it, but...
Withholding information from us is going to do nothing but endanger you as well.
She sort of looks around at the tavern itself with a little smudge of fear coming across her face. Perhaps it's a conversation that we can have on the road.
Well, on the road, we'll be much more vulnerable than we are here amongst other people.
To get there, you have to pass through at least Targos, if not Bremen. If you'd rather, we can wait until we're in another town, but
No, we can discuss on the road.
Before we head out, I would like to reconfigure Atlas for potential dangers. It'll take me but an hour. Is that acceptable?
I have to get the dogs ready and stuff anyway.
I'll gather my supplies. And she kind of now much more shrunken than before from the accusations, ducks out of the grouping and out of the establishment. I'll see you in front of the tavern in an hour then.
Also, Tempest, just I'm maintaining the enchantment on your axe.
Thanks. Hope to not need it in the tavern, but you never know. I'm on it. I'm just this close to killing somebody, so let's find somebody for her to kill.
And then, Jake, do you have a magic item as well, or no?
I do not.
Okay, so I will also enchant your rapier.
Woo! It's just +1 to hit?
+1 to hit and damage. It's just a magic rapier now.
Nice. Does that go away ever, or do I just actually...
I have to re-up it every 4 days or so, but so for now it's just you guys both have magic weapons as our melees. It made sense. And then Coulter, just for your information, my third infusion I'm using on my armor for that strength enhancing thing. So
excellent, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else that you all want to do in that hour aside from just the preparations?
Just get the dogs ready, reorganize our stuff. No, I don't think so.
All right. So the hour passes quickly as all of you are now at this point used to setting out from Bryn Shander so often on these quests. And on the dot, you're preparing your armor, which you're also used to. At that hour mark on the dot, Yselm approaches the front of the tavern, finding you all. I promise you I will tell you anything you want to know just once we're past the gates.
What kind of animal made that?
What she's wearing?
Yeah, because it's like antlers coming out of a wolf's mouth, right? Like that would look weird. I'm like, what kind of animal is that?
It is. I made it myself. Just come. I'll explain.
Oh, that's classified too. All right.
As all of you set out, she is true to that. Coming out of the gates, as soon as she looks back and sees Bryn Shander kind of disappearing into the background, that you're far enough away. The road itself, much emptier than you've ever seen the route between Targos and Bryn Shander. Maybe 3 or 4 people the entire way between the two, as few stragglers return to Targos to try to salvage whatever's left. I was once a guard to the Queen of the Tiger Tribe, and I am considered a deserter for choosing to help the towns instead of remain with my people. The towns do not know my past either, as the Tiger Tribe has rarely been friendly to them. And I do not want to risk my own safety for the work that I am doing here.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
Since I intimately killed some people with Finnick, what's the tribe that he hates?
He hates the
Tiger Tribe.
Oh, no.
I know I'm a little
Tiger Tribe.
nervous that we would kill her.
So you say that you deserted the Tiger Tribe?
The violence was becoming more than I could stomach amongst my people.
Tiger Tribe are known for their savagery. No offense.
There's just a chaos coming to all of the ragged nomads with this winter, and I couldn't leave for any of the other raggeds. This was the only life that I could salvage was coming to the 10 towns.
So you no longer call the Tiger Tribe your home?
No, if I returned, they'd likely kill me.
Do you believe this to be the best course of action? Do you miss the tribe or regret anything, or do you believe your actions to be and remain noble?
I miss my family. I miss the friends that I once had. That does not mean I regret anything I have done.
Can I insight that to see if she
Sure. Yeah.
is missful, but I don't know. If I could roll my dice on my desk. Okay, well, if that's what I'm going to get a nat 20 on then.
Yeah, she appears to be telling the truth about, missing. She definitely has like a homesickness to her, but no sign of regret. The words are strong.
Okay.
I too miss my family, but understand that it is no longer my place. So I understand where you come from.
I'm going to turn to Tempest and Z, and I do understand where she's coming from. Neverwinter was a wonderful place, but the corruption made me sick at night, and while I miss the friends I would run through the streets with, and there are parts about it I miss. I do not regret anything I did, and what I did I felt needed to be done, and I think she's telling the truth.
Grab her by the throat.
Tempest.
She gasps in a strained breath around your hand.
Just tell us one thing. Did you know Finnick? I loosen enough so she can answer.
I I know the name, but I never met the child before he died.
Did you know his mother?
She is one of the many reasons I left.
Finnick's mother is the reason you left the tiger tribe.
Are you speaking of the queen's son that she drowned?
No, there was a funeral just yesterday.
I let her go.
She kind of falls back to the cart, rubbing at the marks that you've left on her throat. It must just be the same name. That was the name of the queen of the tribe's son. But she killed him so that he couldn't grow up to oppose her. It was the start of all of it, going downhill.
Served a greater purpose than that. And so you'll keep walking.
You know my pizza?
I have a confusion. That's a bit of a topic shift. To relieve the tension, I believe is the term. Why do people in 10 towns seem to dislike the winters? Aureel blessed the 10 towns with eternal winter. Where I grew up, it was seen as a great and wonderful thing.
Do you see fur growing from any of us?
Well, I do understand, but I mean, technically, your people did appropriate this land from the Yeti.
Malai, someday we're going to go south. We're going to go south pretty far.
Oh, I understand that it's not cold everywhere, Altus. I understand that, but I'm just saying, I mean, for the people I was raised with and the people who raised me, this is but a blessing.
It's the darkness. The everlasting, unrelenting, fucking darkness.
But can't you see in the dark, Altus?
I see better in the dark, as if dim light was bright light, but I cannot see fully in full dark. It's a
not everyone can see in the dark.
Myself included.
As
Exactly.
this conversation continues, you reach the walls of Targos, surprisingly still standing, though now there's no guard at the gate, and the gate itself is destroyed. She stops you and says, we can go around the town. It's a straight path if we follow the riverbed from here.
I need to see it. All of it.
All right. Then in that case, we should continue through to Bremen. The path will be a little bit smoother from there. So just to show where we are right now. She has told you basically that you have to follow this river coming down from Mare Dwalden that winds its way through the tundra from between Bremen and Targos.
The Shane Garn?
Mm-hmm. With this endless winter, it's been frozen and safe to traverse with your equipment like this. I think that would be the fastest way. It lies where the river forks, further down.
I look at the guys.
Malai is just taking in every bit of the ruined town that he can and not saying anything.
This is Targos, right?
Targos, Bremen, and then the river's kind of between them.
Okay.
All right.
Z's gonna kind of go look at some of if he can see any of the ships from Targos? Didn't even look like they were intact.
So going through, I'll move your map over to Targos so you can kind of see what we're talking about. Which is down there. All right. So within the walls of the city itself, as you all enter on the road here, almost no buildings are standing. You can see the docks from the gate, which was never possible before. There was too much blocking the way, as Targos is one of the largest of the settlements. But now you can see the ruined docks from here. The wood splintered and scattered across the frozen bay, as even the buildings that are left standing are missing walls, appear ready to crumble. There's 2 or 3 of the citizens in here kind of wandering through what must have been their homes in the past as they're digging through what's left in the burnt rubble to see if any of their belongings or missing loved ones remain.
Does the druid have a name?
Yselm.
Yselm, is it known how many perished in Targos?
I'm unsure of an exact number, but I believe it was something in the likes of 500. It was one of the better warned towns. Many made it to Bryn Shander.
Thank you. I believe it's best we carry on. There's nothing we can do here.
Agree.
Great.
Z's going to stare at the docks for a minute or 2 before catching up.
I watch his back.
Oh. I put my hand on your shoulder as we walk away. Thank you.
And you said you're going to the docks?
I think I would just look at the docks from the gates and see if I can recognize any of the ships, but I'm not going to go to the docks. I don't have time. I'm just paying my respects from afar.
It appears that this was done in a calculating manner, as none of the ships are still standing. You can see from here the places where a few of the ships are tipped out of the water as the heat of the breath caused some of it to melt and the ships to begin to sink before the night froze it back into place, trapping some of the ships themselves half in the ice and half out. There's mostly just fishing vessels left, and even some destroyed vessels that you can see entering into the bay from the outside as the dragon destroyed them, trying to be dragged into the safety of the walls.
Road.
All my friends. All right, move on.
All right. As you all continue, Yselm rides with the front of the 2 dog sleds, helping to guide the path as you come to the mouth of the river itself. It's clear, unlike when you made that journey over the Red Waters, that where this is located, the ice is much thicker, and she ensures to point out any of the spots that appear to be shallower or looser as you're going along your way. This point, as you're losing sight of Bremen and Targos in the distance, it is just the end of those twilight hours as the night begins to set in around 2:00 in the afternoon. The journey is not a short one. We have several miles to travel, but I think with the sleds and with how slick the ice is here, we should be able to go quickly, and perhaps we'll even be able to catch him before he tries anything stupid.
I mean, he can't be good at surviving in this kind of environment. I wouldn't be surprised if we find his dead body.
Actually, he's a druid. He's particularly adept at surviving in most environments.
Okay.
Even with the fire and the...
Wouldn't that make him more prone, not less?
No.
As he is literally a flame, and that is akin to warmth.
I worry
Stand
often
corrected.
our relationship with the land around us gives us druids too much confidence in our own abilities.
This might be the case, but the same could be said for most humanoids.
The river winds away, Targos and Bremen becoming lost even quicker than they would just by views as the embankments on either side raise up, covered completely in waving snow, as it begins to lightly fall from the skies above you. And it takes hours and hours, but she's right that the slickness of the ice makes the travel much faster than it would be otherwise. And what should have taken you nearly a full day in order to cover only takes you about six or 7 hours from the time you leave to the time you're seeing ahead of you within that embankment a wall of ice where the river diverges on either side. We should be close. She's speaking softly now.
Should we continue on foot?
I think that might be the safest way.
Is there a place that would make sense to set up a little camp for the dogs?
There
Or is it
are
just
on
wide open.
each of the banks here, like as it goes up onto the land itself, there's rocky embankments on either side that are kind of sitting above where the ice begins to freeze and settle into what would have been the flow of the river. So there's a good amount of space before you actually have to start climbing the snow to get up.
Okay. I set up a little camp for them and I'm ready to go.
Okay. All right. We should continue with caution and hopefully, I just hope I didn't lead him to peril. And she begins to climb up the slopes of the river, leading you all to this site.
Oh no, it's a black hole.
You fall into the abyss.
Oh,
I always
no,
knew
sorry,
this is how I would
guys.
die.
Please, not another dungeon. That's all.
And now we
Can't
get
handle.
to play the fun game of Coulter tries to reveal the map. Thank you all for your patience while I try to fix this real quick. One more moment. I promise we're almost there. Okay. I think that's good. Under the dim light of the cloud-covered sky, you all see a circle of 7 thrones sitting atop the rise, high above the embankment below.
Tells me that our tokens are already on there.
They are. Ice covers these 7 giant thrones, arrayed in a ring atop the snow-covered hill. Scores of black ravens gathered in the clouds and tree line overhead.
Murders.
It is a murder of crows.
Well,
Is this it?
Are you familiar with this place?
This is what we were looking for. I don't see your friend, but perhaps we got here before him. I'm not sure.
Why would he have come here again specifically?
From my understanding, he was seeking great magic. I'm not sure the exact reasons. He said something about a cure, but he wasn't, I don't know, very forthcoming.
And you specifically mentioned this place to him.
It is one of the greatest places of magic beyond the goddess's island itself.
I start doing a circle around it, I guess, around the thrones.
Okay. The area is like almost entirely barren. The trees that are around are way at the base of the hill at the side away from the river itself. This entire area is devoid of natural life aside from those crows overhead.
Nature check to determine why there's so many? Is that possible? Why are they here?
There are, I mean, yeah, you can try to do a nature check.
Okay. Oh, bummer. Someone else want to do it?
I can. I'm sorry. I'm double dipping. My apologies.
What do you think all these ravens are here, or these crows are here for? Wait, ravens, crows? I don't know.
Well, crows and ravens are often attracted to carrion and other such things. You said a nature check?
Mm-hmm.
There it is. Sorry, I have so many tabs.
I feel your pain.
10. That is not great.
Yeah, crows and ravens are often attracted to carrion.
Is there any chance I could use my cartographer's tools?
Out of a book? No, artifacts. Is this going to become the new artifact? No,
well, I have alchemist supplies, cartographer's tools, smith's tools, thieves' tools, tinker's tools, and the beal, all which I get advantage with. So
that explanation makes total sense to you. That's everything that you've read about them and what you've seen from the kills that the Yetis have left scraps behind from, sometimes to catch the ravens if they're looking.
So I'm very confident that there's just carrion about.
Yeah.
Can I do detect thoughts?
Detect thoughts? Sure. Is there an area that you're looking at specifically?
It's just so within 30 feet of me, and I'm gonna start making my way towards one of the thrones. Let's say here.
Okay. No. There are nothing that you can sense.
Okay, then I'm moving more towards the middle.
As you enter the circle of the thrones, the cloud cover overhead starts to break, and the area in which you're standing is suddenly illuminated by the green and purple and blue lights of the aurora as it took you all late into the night to reach here. And as that light hits the space, frost giant apparitions become visible to you. And at this point, only Z can see them standing within their midst, as all of them appear to be having a conversation with one another. 3 of them dressed in leathers, 3 of them dressed in chainmail, and one sitting at the base of the circle, dressed all in dragon scale. And as you step in their midst, all the conversation halts as all 7 turn to look at you.
Oh, Lord. Are they speaking in a language I understand?
They were speaking in Giant.
Okay.
At this point, none of them are speaking.
I go down on one knee and like bow to them and hail.
As you bow, the one directly in front of you lifts an arm from the chair and flicks a finger forward, and out of the ground before him rises a skeleton of a frost giant.
Oh no. Oh no.
Can we see the skeleton?
Everybody?
Do we see the skeleton pop out?
Yeah, you guys see the skeleton.
Lord.
Lordy.
18.
Wow.
Not too bad.
So if I roll an initiative of 0, do I just not get a turn?
Yeah, sorry, man. No, you're good. Okay, so Tempest is an 18.
It's 15.
21.
Nice. All right. And while I okay.
Oh,
and our big boy buddy here.
Coulter, I just want to let you know that when I leveled, I am changing my environments on my storm aura, and I'm allowed to do that when I level. So I guess just letting you know. I have changed it officially.
Yeah, totally.
I've changed it to C for now.
Okay. Excellent. That works for me.
Not C. Sorry, Tundra. Wait, what is it? Good
believe it
Lord.
was C.
It is C. It is C. Sorry.
Okay, cool. That works for me. All right. So the first up is going to be Altus. Our new level 6 party facing their first challenge.
And you said all we saw was Z walk in and then the skeleton giant pop
Z
up.
walked in and kneeled, and the skeleton rose from the snow.
So to us, it looks like Z just summoned a frost giant.
Rude of him.
It was a little rude.
That means the skeleton's probably undead. I can do things.
Get that skeleton.
Okay, I'm gonna move
Skeleton.
my 30 feet. I think that was 30 feet, right?
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
I can't really point at him and do turn undead because or toll the dead rather. So, you know what? A good guiding bolt sounds good. Do I get guiding bolt? I don't think I do actually. Where is it?
You have guiding bolt. You should.
I'm pretty sure you've used it in combat before.
Yeah.
Pretty sure I do. It just disappeared from my spell list. Oh, because
If you as a cleric did not take guiding bolt, you give your cleric card back. Like,
He's not a real cleric.
neither am I, but I have it.
No, but I actually am going to do Sacred Flame.
Okay. All right.
So
That's a dex save from him.
Yes, please.
All right. That is an 11.
Does not pass. So
Okay. Give me
Gonna
that
be-
damage.
2d8 damage. 4. 7 damage, please. 7 radiant damage.
All right. It rears its head back and roars as you begin your damage upon it.
And then I'm going to be yelling, Z, what did you do?
All I did was bow down.
And
To the
Tempest, you're up.
Okay.
So wait, do they still not see the giants in the circle?
As you're yelling at him, Altus, you've now crossed the circle itself, and immediately the forms of all of these giant apparitions sitting in their thrones become visible to you as well.
I'm a sprint, do my 80, and I'm a rage.
All right.
And he takes 2d6 damage, but he gets a dex save to maybe only take half. This is lightning damage.
Okay, that is going to be a 15 for the save.
Well, fuck yeah. But I did roll a 12, so take 6.
Nice.
6s.
Excellent.
Boop, that's it.
As the
And I'm
lightning
like, what?
emanates from your body and rattles through the remnants of his armor on the skeletal form, we turn down to Z.
Z is not. Oh God. Okay. Hold on. I gotta think about this. So Z is gonna throw a fireball.
Okay.
Right about here, so that it still hits him but does not hit Tempest.
Ooh.
All right.
Fire resistant, so it's okay though.
Still. So Z kind of just screams a little bit and like throws like a fireball out. So dex saving throw.
All right. He's making a lot of saving throws today. That is a 19.
Yeah, bastard. I don't feel like.
I'm sorry.
Oh, it's still hold on.
Yeah?
I can do math. 17 fire damage.
Okay, total after the removal?
That's halved, yeah.
Perfect, thank you.
It was 34 to begin with, so.
Excellent. All right, anything else on your turn?
Gonna do that and then no, that's it.
Okay. Excellent. That's going to bring us down to the frost giant itself. Seeing Tempest before it, it immediately moves to strike. And that is going to be
Suck it.
a 15 to hit and a 24 to hit.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So that's going to be 24 slashing with the first one and 18 slashing from the second.
24 and 18. Okay.
The last time that you all faced one of these skeletons, it was buried in ice, and now it is not. Excellent. And with that, it roars, causing some of the ice to actually roll down the mountain that this stands upon as it finishes its last swing, and we come down to Malai.
All right. I am going to probably just double move because I am very far away. Why can I not control my token? I am on the right layer. Can you move Malai just 60 feet towards everyone?
Yeah, totally. Let me make sure that you have control of it now. Sorry about that. All right. And you should have control of it now, and 60 feet would put you there.
60.
Okay.
And then I guess as a bonus action, I will activate my armor ability to give me 6 temporary hit points.
All right. Excellent. Now we're back to the top of the round. Altus.
Okay. So I am going to move down to here. Right? 30 feet? Yeah. And then, please. Yes. I am going to pull my hammer pin off of my inside jackets, and I'm going to be speaking to it and hold it up, and I'm going to use my turn undead.
All right. Excellent. Give me that effect.
Each undead that I can see within 30 feet of me must make a wisdom saving throw. We all know how wise the dead are.
3. That was a 3.
Yes! So, because he failed, I'm going to destroy undead. if I can. I don't know if I can actually.
I don't know if you're high enough level to destroy this CR.
I don't know what the CR is though.
Give me what your listed CR is.
If it's below a certain threshold, as shown as in the Destroy Undead table.
We gotta break out the Destroy Undead table.
Okay, so this is going to be a CR6.
You cannot.
We're not there yet. Yeah.
So cool though, would have been.
You're at half CR.
So what else can you do with your turn undead?
All right, so I can't destroy undead, but it must spend its turns trying to move as far away from me as it can, and it can't willingly move to a space within 30 feet of me. It can't take reactions, and it can only use the dash action.
Okay, so it can't move within 30 feet of you, you said?
Correct, and it must spend its turn moving away from me.
Okay. All right, excellent. That will bring us to Tempest.
Yeah. All right. 2 swipes with my axe.
Okay. Swippity swipe away.
14 plus 7 is going to be 21. And then 5 plus
Hits.
7, 12. Probably not on that one.
Okay, so yeah, the first one hits, the second one does not.
Okay. So let's go by. Oh, bummer. 2 plus 6, 8 damage.
Okay, and that's slashing damage?
Yes.
Okay.
And then I think I can do my little crazy lightning bolts again. So do another dex save.
Okay. Excellent. That is going to be a 10 this time.
That did not make it. So that is going to be 9 damage from that.
Jeez. Okay. Okay. Yeah. It is looking at this point very, very nearly bloodied. As it reacts to your attack, its body shaking and quivering from the combination of what Altus did to it and now your lightning bolt. Z?
Can I have a wisdom saving throw?
Yes. He's making a lot of saves today. 5.
He's a special boy.
His whiz, man. It's a 5.
You ain't no whiz. All right, I'm gonna do Toll the Dead.
Okay.
Oh shit, that's 18 damage.
Jeez. Thanks, 2d12. Okay.
Oh boy.
You see a smile start to creep across the face of the apparition standing directly in front of you as it watches the action continue.
I kind of...
See?
Yeah, kind of like nod to it a little bit.
Anything else?
I think that's it.
All right. That brings us to him, and he has to use his action to try and get away.
I'm going to hit him with an attack of opportunity.
He can't get... Yeah, go right ahead.
Okay.
Give me that attack.
18.
Okay. That will hit.
Okay.
I don't want to be that guy, but I'm going to be that guy.
Oh, no.
He's not turned anymore because he took damage.
Okay.
What?
So that would have gotten him to there.
According to what I'm reading here, it says if the creature fails a saving throw, it is turned for 1 minute or until it takes any damage.
Oh.
Or until it takes any damage, yeah.
How much damage?
Oopsie.
Probably would hit me then
It
instead.
doesn't any damage whatsoever.
Oh, I mean, how much damage do you do?
Oh,
Well, is he
Tempest.
still going to run away if he's not spelled anymore?
so then she wouldn't get the
I
attack.
don't get an attack.
Well, I mean, he's running away. So you would still get the attack because what's going to take him out is that you did the damage. So he still has to move away until that damage is done.
Oh, okay. So I roll, it was 10 damage.
Yes, that'll still put him there. Okay.
All right.
Okay. Excellent. And as you do that, you see all of the bones rattle and clank against each other as it turns around a fire behind its empty eye sockets as it looks at all of you and what you have done to it. And that brings us from it to Malai. Malai. I cannot say the damn name. Malai.
It is a Hebrew name, so it is kind of hard on the tongue.
I think it's just remembering to look at the word and get used to the feeling. Okay.
Well, it's kind of like Gaelic names. Like you look at the word and like it does not pronounce that way at all.
Siobhan?
I love that name.
Me too.
Hey, I can actually get within range of the damn thing. Cool.
Okay.
You know what I realized the other day? I'm going to attack him, but I realized that Malai is basically Rook, but with power armor. Because I'm just going to punch twice.
Okay, go ahead. Punch him twice. And what kind of damage does that do?
Thunder.
Okay.
16 for the first attack.
Hits.
18 for the second attack.
Hits.
And then I believe I can attack as a bonus action as well. Creature. Okay, I'm wearing a shield, so I can't do that anyway. Okay, so it's going to be... Sorry, I'm using D&D Beyond to roll my dice. 10 damage for the first hit, 7 damage for the second hit, for a total of 17 damage.
All right. Excellent.
And then also, due to them being my Thunder Gauntlets, he has disadvantage on any attack that isn't me, against me, until the end of my next turn.
Fantastic. Okay. Great.
No, until
Excellent.
the start of my next turn. I'm sorry.
And Malai is at the end of your turn?
Trying to make sure I don't have a bonus action handy, which I don't think I do. Yeah, I'm good.
All right. That brings us back to the top of the round. Altus.
Ooh. All righty then. Just inside of my ability, I'm going to move my 30 feet. Please don't attack of opportunity me, Tempest.
She's raged. You never know. Those barbarians.
Would I take rage passing by her like that?
No.
I was just making a joke.
Okay.
Oh, God, I'm gonna talk all about it.
All right. And then I'm going to draw the rapier and swing it. The magic
Excellent.
rapier, because it's now blessed.
Fantastic. Blessed rapier.
It's technically enchanted, not blessed.
All right, what do we got?
Cleric, so to me, it's blessed.
Is too stressed to be blessed. What's your to hit?
Can I use my guided strike before I announce it?
Sure.
I'm going to use my guided strike and make that a 21.
Okay.
Up from a 4. This is incredible. Level 6 is great. Well, clerics are great. And then, does a 21 hit?
Yes, it does.
Sweet. Although I have to ask questions like that at this level of play. And that's going to be 11 piercing damage.
And as you find just the right spot, you go right through the rib cage and into the spine of the skeleton, and all of the bones come crumbling apart onto the ground.
Yeah.
And in the quiet of that moment, there's deep laughter that starts. First, from the one wearing the dragon armor that raised that skeleton, and then it emanates out from him to the giants and giantesses, all apparitions around the square, as he raises both of his hands and makes a gesture inwards, a feeling of wind coming from both sides of the field. What do you do with the rest of your turn?
I'm sorry, did you say the rest of my turn?
Yeah, is there anything else you wanted to do?
Slyly try to turn and see if Tempest saw me do that.
My turn?
It is your turn.
She saw it. She just doesn't care.
I saw it and I gently punch Altus for taking the killing blow and also to maintain my rage just in case.
Well, you have to do damage then.
I have to roll first to see if I even hit him. Which I am raging, so even a 10 is still pretty high. 17.
That's exactly what you need to hit me.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. I don't know if I add 7. What would I add to a punch? Just my strength?
Strength plus. I mean, technically, it's up to Coulter if you add proficiency.
Yeah, I'll give you it.
Okay, so it's 16 then.
Okay.
Ah,
So you just miss him.
Oh, good.
I just think you're flirting and kind of.
Can I go
I look
over?
around.
Can I go over and give Tempest just a 1-point electric shock?
It's not your
Keep her
turn.
bad. Oh, I didn't. I thought we were out of combat. I'm sorry.
Oh no, we're still in combat.
Oh, okay.
Tempest.
So I
Anything
do
else on your
that.
turn?
Yeah, and then I look around. Do I see anything that I should start running towards?
No.
Okay.
There is just strong wind flowing through the circle that there was not before, although the trees you can see in the distance are not moving.
Oh.
The trees
What?
are not moving. Okay, so
No, just within
no.
the circle. There are flurries of snow coming from two sides of the space. So you
Is it
can sense that
possible-
there is something causing them, but not see it.
okay, I just skip back to back with Altus then, and I'm on the lookout.
Okay.
Is it possible to make an Arcana, Nature, or Religion check?
You can make an Arcana check.
15.
Okay, so you know of only a few creatures that affect their surroundings like this, and don't leave prints upon the ground. And it appears that these ones are being compelled to act in a certain way. It's possible that they are either some sort of wind elemental or an invisible stalker or some other creature that moves and only disrupts the air around it and not the ground.
We're looking at some kind of air or wind elemental of some sort or another, because invisible stalkers are air elementals.
Where do I aim my axe?
I guess the center of any kind of convalescence of overtly atmospheric disturbance.
English.
Hit the wind? I don't know if that's better.
All right. So, anything else on your turn, Malai?
Oh, it was. I don't think it was my turn, was it?
It is.
You made a check?
Oh,
Unless we
I
skipped
was.
Z. I think we did skip Z. Sorry.
Yeah,
So that was the
you
end of
did.
Tempest's turn.
I was kind of asking you to make an Arcana check as a free action. Kind
Got
of.
it. Apologies. Okay. So Z.
So I'm gonna attempt to cast a spell at the one of the turbulences.
Okay. So it's very faint. So depending on what it is, it'll be with disadvantage.
It is a range. I'm gonna do guiding bolt.
Okay. So yeah, with disadvantage.
Okay. Well, yeah, we'll go with that. Oh. Are you fucking kidding me? It's a 15.
15
Yeah.
Not bad.
with disadvantage. That hits.
Yeah, but the advantage was a 20. A nat 20. So
That sucks.
Yeah. So it hits. Are you going left or right?
we're going to go this side, left side, I guess.
Okay. So as the guiding bolt strikes it, it illuminates for anybody that hasn't seen it.
Not bad. Good times.
And the guiding bolt lasts till the beginning of your next turn, correct?
Yeah. So the next attack roll has advantage.
Okay.
And that was 17 damage.
All right. Excellent. And is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
Okay. Excellent. So this one comes for you now that you've attacked it.
Oh, fantastic.
Just what I wanted.
And
Is it my birthday?
that is an 18 and a 13 to hit.
The 18 will hit, the 13 will not.
All right. It does 9 bludgeoning damage as the air itself becomes thick and slams into you, nearly knocking you against the throne behind you.
Ooh, I don't like that.
And
All right.
on the other side, the same thing happens with no warning to your back, Tempest, as an 11 and a 19 to hit.
The 19 will definitely hit.
That is 11 bludgeoning damage as the air nearly solidifies, throwing you almost into Altus.
Ugh.
And that'll be down from them to Malai.
All right. And where was it lit up? Is this it right here? Next to
Yeah, this one is presently visible.
Okay.
And can we
Being
get
lit by the
the
guiding bolt.
handout moved around?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was kicking myself for reading a rule now and doing something. I should have done something, but I was too dumb to think of it.
It's okay.
Okay, you can always
D&D's
do it
hard.
next time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I believe it is punch o'clock.
Yes. That sounds like the accurate time.
That's a 19 and a 25.
Okay, both of those are going to hit. And what kind of damage is it?
Thunder.
Okay. Excellent.
Wow,
And how much
double
damage
ones
is it?
for 10. Both attacks, 10. Double ones.
Is Sal just is watching all of this?
Yeah, she's standing outside and she has her hands over her mouth as she watches all of you
she's betrayed
fighting
us for sure. Yeah.
these invisible creatures inside.
Not another woman betrayer. I just can't.
It's hard to handle, honestly. So that's 10 damage. And again, he has disadvantage on any target other than myself.
Okay, excellent. That brings us to the top of the round, Altus.
All right.
Oh, shit. Oh, well. I just remembered I have a spell I should have used instead of that, but oh well.
Both you and Hank.
Yeah, we're all off tonight, apparently.
So did I
We're just
see?
missing Mark too much.
Did I see Tempest get hit?
Yeah.
So I would know. Probably
I'm not flirting
like
with you anymore.
here or here. Unfortunately.
Yeah, so you can attack with disadvantage trying to hit it.
Yeah. I'm going to move here and try to attack like here.
Okay. Excellent.
I'm going to swing my rapier while mildly panicked.
All right. Give me that disadvantage roll.
Uh, 19 or 20? 19.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Yes.
Excellent. And your weapon is currently considered magical, correct?
Yes, right, Rio?
Excellent.
Yes. Remember
All right,
to add
give me
your
that
+1/+1.
Yep. So that is 12 piercing damage.
Awesome. There's almost like a shriek that just comes across as the whistle of wind blowing between you and Tempest as it reacts to the blow. Anything else?
No, that's my turn.
Okay, excellent. Down from Altus, we're down to Tempest again.
Okay, so I will attack recklessly at the spot where it appears to be. So I'll do that with both attacks and
Okay.
negate the disadvantage. Is that cool?
Yeah.
Okay.
Totes.
Oh, shit. One of them's a 1. Okay, so that's an 8. It wasn't at 1. And then one's a 9 + 7, 16.
Okay, so the 16 will hit.
All right. So he can take 6 + 6, 12 damage. And I don't think I can do my little lightning's trick because I can't see him.
The few faults of the barbarian. All right.
Yeah.
Is that the end of your turn, Tempest?
Yes.
Z.
I can see him.
Down to you.
Okay. So the one that's in front of me, I think that I can kind of pinpoint, but it'd still be disadvantage, right?
You haven't. It's until the start of your turn, correct?
Well, if he got hit already, then the guiding bolt went away.
Yeah, no. So it would still be
after the
disadvantage.
first hit. Okay. Okay. Well, and then I think I know kind of what general direction the other one is at. So it'd be disadvantage to hit that one too, basically.
Yeah, either of them.
Okay. We're going to do guiding bolts again, and we're going to twin spell it.
Okay.
So for the one that's closest to me, it's going to be... Are you kidding me? Another nat 20? Are you kidding me? Oh my
nat 20
God.
and a what?
A 15.
Okay, the 15 will hit.
Okay, thank the Lord. That one's going to take 17 radiant damage.
Okay.
And then the other one... Ooh, that's going to miss. That's a 1.
Okay. Yeah, so that one goes wide and hits a portion of the stone, knocking off a corner of it and not bothering the Jarl of Jarls at all. While the other one does take his damage.
Whatever, fine.
All right. And is that the end of your turn, Z?
Yeah.
Okay. That'll bring us to them as this one attacks Malai. And that's going to be a 15 and a 22.
22 will hit. What type of damage?
9 bludgeoning.
Okay.
And then the other one is going to do 1 attack on Tempest and 1 on Altus. And that is a 8 and a 13. Okay. Yeah, the wind just blows past you as you kind of feel a force almost push the two of you apart, but not strong enough to do any damage. And that will bring us
good on my face.
this cold, cold wind down to Malai.
Where are we kind of assuming the other one is?
I mean, it's you know that it's fighting against, the two of them. So it's over there somewhere.
This is where we're thinking it is?
Yeah. I mean, either way you're rolling with a disadvantage. It doesn't hugely matter exactly where it is.
Okay. I gotta do some distance calculation.
Beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, beep.
All right. So I'm going to split up my turn a little bit. I'm going to hit this one. Well, I'm going to try and hit this one. This one I can see, right? So it doesn't.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You have advantage.
Well, you have
on that
advantage
one
on
because
it,
the
so
guiding bolt.
it's a regular roll. They're negating each other. So it's a straight
But
roll.
I can't. Never mind. I can't do that and do what else I want to do. So I'm going to move away from that one, taking the attack of opportunity. 5, 10, 15.
And that is an 18 to hit.
Will not hit.
Okay.
What? What's your AC?
20.
Wow.
Plate armor, my dude. Plate armor. And then I will cast Lightning Lure on the other one. So
Okay.
it makes a strength saving throw.
All right. That is a 7.
That does not hit. So it is dragged 10 feet towards me and takes 2d8 damage, which is 8.
All right.
And now it is right next to me as the lightning lure grabs it and pulls it to me.
Fantastic. All right. That'll bring us from Malai up to Altus.
Okay.
Oh, and then culture on my turn, I'm going to reactivate my temp HP as a bonus action.
Yeah. We're just
Okay.
going to start swinging.
Okay.
I'm going to attack with the rapier again.
Okay,
remember, I did move it.
Yeah, and so you still were gonna have disadvantage when you hit it, but there is a lightning lure wrapped around its body, so you would be able to see that Malai had moved it over here to him.
But now you can flank it and get advantage, which gives you just normal.
It's like here-ish?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
right
it's
next to
directly
me.
in front of Malai.
Okay.
You can
Then,
see
yeah.
the lightning lure wrapped around something.
Okay. So then, yes, swing with the rapier. Which
Sting like a bee?
negates the advantage of the
Sing
flank.
like a Z, thank you.
Yeah, so just a direct direct roll. You're killing me.
That's a nat 20.
Hopefully.
Dang!
Yeah.
Give me that max damage plus roll damage.
Sweet,
Get the
sweet
killing
crit.
blow again.
That's,
God,
He is just coming in with clutch all the damn time.
he is.
that's 21
21 damage total.
piercing damage, yes.
Okay.
He'll steal
And
all
it is
of
not
us
dead. It is still there.
tomorrow.
Now it's
All right.
my
Anything else on your turn?
Do I do the war cleric thing and make a second melee attack?
Up to you, bud.
I think I,
I mean, why
Okay,
not?
go ahead.
do. I think I do. Oof. That one's a 15 to hit?
That hits.
Oh, wow. That's a 6 damage.
Okay. All right. Excellent. From Altus, we're down to Tempest.
Okay, so I kind of walk over to be hopefully in front of it, take a couple swipes. It's going to be a 21 and a 26.
Those both definitely hit.
25.
Dang.
But yeah.
Those both hit. For sure, Z's.
All right, we're going to do this. That's going to be 26 damage. And I'll go ahead and do my lightning bonus action, which is so he can make a dex save.
Okay.
And we'll take either 9 or half of 9. Wait.
Okay. So sorry, tell me that full damage again.
It was 26 for the
Okay.
2 axe attacks and then 9 for lightning.
Okay. And he got a 6 on his save. So yeah, it'll be the full 9. The lightning lure goes limp as the air disperses as this one falls away. And Tempest taking the kill will come down to Z.
Z is going to. Can I get a wisdom save, please?
Yes. 14.
Balls, that just makes it.
Okay.
Oh, wait, no. I always forget my save DCs are different.
Yeah, is it a cleric or a sorcerer spell?
Yeah, it's a cleric spell. Okay, so nothing.
It's me?
Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah.
Okay, that'll bring us down to it, and it is going to see that you tried to attack it, and that'll be
Mr. No.
a 13 and a 20 you'd hit.
20 will hit.
Okay, that is 14 bludgeoning damage as it slams into you.
Oh,
You okay, buddy?
yeah. I'm looking a little bloody, but I'm all right.
Okay, and Malai.
Lightning lure, strength save.
Okay, strength save again. This is a 14.
Does not pass.
Okay, 10 feet towards you, and it is also
And it takes-
back to invisible.
And it takes 11 damage.
Okay.
And then I am going to use my move action to go boop, boop, and be on the other side of it. So I am in between it and Z.
Okay. Excellent. That'll bring us from Malai up to Altus, top of the round. Almost the exact same situation as last time. You can't see it, but it is in a lightning lure, so you can see sort of where it would be located.
Altus, come, make your strike, and then move out of the way so Tempest can also get advantage. I don't know how to say that in game terms. I mean, outside of game terms. Basically, run up on it, hit it, and then move 5 feet out of the way so she can also get flanked.
Isn't it going to get a reaction, though?
Not if he doesn't leave its threatened square. So if he moves 1 square to the right, it'll be fine.
Too much meta. Make your attack.
Well, but Malai's smart. That's why I'm saying it's not meta if Malai says it to him.
Jake, what would you like to do?
I am. You know what?
I don't.
Oh, that I can see within range. That key sentence on so many spells.
Yeah.
To be able to see it.
That's what makes them more challenging.
I hate these things so much.
Yeah, they're the worst.
Yeah.
I also hate them.
Oh, apologies to YouTube because that's how lightning lure works too, and I have been ignoring that.
Can I inflict wounds this thing?
Oh, wait.
If it doesn't say you have to see it.
It just says make a melee spell attack against a creature I can reach.
Yeah, make that melee spell attack with disadvantage. But with regular because you're flanking.
Just inflict wounds, just like
Probably not to hit Malai with it.
That's a 21 to hit as I reach just
That
between
hits.
the lightning.
Yeah, you put your hands into the air itself as you make your attack. Give me that damage.
Well, that's a good spell.
Yeah, we're getting loopy tonight.
Oh, wow.
That's 24 necrotic damage.
Woof. Really not looking good at this point. Yeah, really not looking good. Is that all for your turn, Altus?
not that we can see it.
That's my turn. Yeah, do we see it now that it's getting a little black?
No, the wind just doesn't seem as strong as it did at one point. And that'll bring us down to Tempest.
Likely story.
Strong. All right, so I go stand over here, hopefully in the right spot, and will attack recklessly again just to negate the disadvantage. Dirty 20 and 22.
Both will hit.
I got 8 plus 7, 15 plus 6, 21. That's it.
Okay, and none of the lightning damage this time?
I can't see it.
Okay.
In fact,
Excellent.
was he invisible? No, because the lightning lure made him go invisible. I think he was visible on my turn, but then on Malai's turn, he turned back invisible.
Yeah. Yeah, the wind is starting to slow and slow and slow as we come down from Tempest to Z.
Okay. Well, Z's gonna can I get an intelligence saving throw?
Yes.
How smart is the wind?
That is a natural 1.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Which unfortunately doesn't give you anything better, but I mean, it's still not bad.
It's just fun.
10 damage, yeah.
The lightning lure falls yet again as it disperses into nothingness. And as you're all catching your breath, you see the soundless hands of the Jarl as he claps, looking truly impressed. And you hear a deep chanting beginning, coming from all sides of you as the mouths of all of the remaining apparitions join into one and start to raise from the snow. The body of the Jarl in front of you begins to fade into nothing as the stone chair on which he sat raises from the ground, revealing a stairway leading downwards. And behind you, you hear a howl. And you see the enraged face of Yselm as she screams, "I will not fail you!" and rushes forward. And that is where we'll end tonight.
Can I cure Z real quick before we forget next week?
Yeah, just you can do that. Yeah, but thank you all so much for joining us on Twitch tonight. We're sorry we're running a little bit late just because we started a little bit late today. So we really appreciate you guys sticking with us through that. And I know it was Ronald's first night joining us, so thanks for joining us.
Yay!
We did, I should have said this at the beginning of the episode, but I totally spaced because I was all flubbergasted. But we did have a really fun tournament on Friday that will be concluded sometime in the next week or so as we kind of ran out of time to do that PvP tournament with a bunch of you from the community. So thank you so much to all of you that joined us for that. We had a blast doing it despite the technical difficulties. Thank you all so much for being such good sports and hanging in there with us while we did it. So we're excited to finish this one and do more in the future now that we've got a lot of those kinks worked out. Thank you so much to all of the patrons that have followed us. We are really appreciative of Sparky, David, Daniel, Scott, Rio's mom, Alistair, Sean, and Scott again. And please be sure to like and subscribe, tell a friend, leave a comment if we did anything wrong in this episode, because I'm sure that we definitely screwed up some stuff in that combat. So help us get it fixed for next time, or if you have any questions or concerns. And with that, we will close with our new tagline before we pop away for an after party and come back for this. Go ahead.
I was just saying, could you use Mom's? Because I promised her it would be in this episode.
Oh, yeah. So we'll use our new tagline from Rio's mom, which was very nice of her, as we pop away for our after party and come back for 2 hours of a homebrew game with some fun, odd mechanics of Amnesia on 5e. And that tagline is Happy birthday, Rio!
Love, Mom.
Love, Mom. So, with that, we will talk to you all soon.
Cast!
Oh, fast.